Welcome, everybody, to this late breaking news here. I am Jeff Lane with the brand Channel 69 News, and I'm going to bring in Anonymous, who claims to have some inside information on CanaryGate. Anonymous, are you there?
Yes, I am here, Mr. Lane. I have some breaking news as it pertains to CanaryGate.
Now, for those that are unaware, Anonymous, tell everybody what this CanaryGate is, since you're the inside source and you claim to have all this information. Fill everybody in on CanaryGate, could you please?
Well, Mr. Lane, there was an email sent about 10 years ago by Vince Russo to Dixie Carter. And Mr. Russo was talking about the character of one James E. Cornette. And in the email, Mr. Russo stated that Mr. Cornette was wearing a canary yellow sports jacket on an episode of Impact Wrestling.
Now, what we have heard since then is Mr. Russo was on Kenny Boland's podcast the other day, and there seemed to be some discrepancies in this report. Did you listen to that podcast, Anonymous?
Yes, Mr. Lane, I did listen to that podcast, and Mr. Boland stated, Mr. Boland, keep in mind, is a childhood friend of Mr. Cornette, and Mr. Boland stated that Mr. Cornette made the claim that not only was Mr. Russo a liar, but that he, in fact, never wore a canary yellow suit on Impact.
Now, you got a hold of me. I tried to trace the communications. You scrambled all that. I don't know where you're calling from. I don't know your location. You seem to be very high tech. Now, you claim that you have information that is going to expose the truth behind CanaryGate. What is this information? What is this evidence you have for us?
Well, Mr. Lane, it's much more than just information, because information would just be hearsay. It would just be rumor. I have concrete proof and evidence of CanaryGate, and I believe that I sent that evidence to the producers of your show over there at Channel 69.
Okay, Janice, could you cue that up? We do have the files. It's in my email. Okay, go through my email and get something up. Okay, all right, let's take a look. Okay, that's not it. Janice, you're getting the wrong images here. That's not it either. Okay, here we go. We have Exhibit A, this says, and this is a canary. Explain this, Exhibit A.
Well, as you could see, Exhibit A, Mr. Lane,
is a canary, a yellow canary, much like the yellow canary that Mr. Russo was referring to in the said 10-year-old email.
Okay, now we have one labeled Exhibit B, Janice. Okay, here we go. Exhibit B. What are we seeing here, Anonymous?
Well, what we're seeing in Exhibit B, Mr. Lane, is Jim Cornette in the exact said yellow canary sports jacket that Mr. Russo was referring to, that he did indeed wear in an episode of Impact.
This is alarming and startling evidence brought to us by Anonymous. Okay, we have an Exhibit C. Okay, all right, this is Exhibit C, and we have A and B side by side here. Explain this, Anonymous.
As you could see here, Mr. Lane, we have A, the said yellow canary, and B, the said Mr. Cornette in the yellow canary sports jacket, much the claim that Mr. Russo made in the said email to Miss Carter from 10 years ago. So I think, Mr. Lane, this exposes CanaryGate, and regardless of what Mr. Cornette has said about never wearing a yellow canary sports jacket on said Impact It is now clear to everybody by looking at Exhibit A and Exhibit B that Mr. Russo was indeed correct, and Mr. Cornette did indeed wear a canary yellow sports jacket on an episode of Impact.
I'm just blown away by this evidence. Now, listen, Anonymous, I need some advice here, because in my spare time when I'm away from the brand news channel 69, when I'm away from this news desk, I also work a part-time job as a dirt sheet writer. And one of my narratives I like to talk about is how Vince Russo is a liar. And how am I supposed to spin this with Vince Russo lying? Could you explain that to me, please?
Well, I mean, I would assume the said dirt sheets would think that Mr. Russo may have doctored the said photos, may have somehow painted a pale canary yellow suit on Mr. Cornette. But I think anybody who knows Mr. Russo knows that he's not the sharpest knife in the drawer, and especially when it comes to Photoshop, which he would have to use. I'm sure anybody that knows Mr. Russo would know that he would have a clue of how to use this sophisticated software. Therefore, Mr. Lane, the photos are indeed genuine.
This is outstanding, Anonymous. Outstanding. Do you have any final information for us before we end this broadcast?
Well, the final information is, when you are going to go out and publicly make claims that are untruthful, as it is clear that Mr. Cornette made in this case, I think you should always be aware, Mr. Lane, that you may be called on those claims. And in this case, I think it's fair to say that the proof is in the yellow canary suit.
Clearly, the proof. You cannot dispute this proof. I want to thank you, Anonymous, for digging, getting this information, bringing it to our attention so we can inform the public that indeed this is Jim Cornette in a yellow canary suit. Again, my name is, what's this? Okay, we got new breaking news. Okay, we got breaking news. All right, bring it up on the screen.